This is the MGTOW Infinium here with another Infinium training session. This Infinium training session is entitled, Who Hurt You? The Rebounders. Now, my MGTOW brothers, as you walk along the MGTOW path towards your freedom in this COVID-19 infested feminist plantation state, you will invariably and inevitably run into a rebounding tactic coming from a woman. Now, the rebounding tactic is basically where a woman just keeps coming back. She keeps coming back to you, even though you've told her no. You told her that I don't want you in my life anymore. You said, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn, and slammed the door in her face. But she keeps coming back. And the reason why this happens, my MGTOW brothers, is because women in their minds don't understand the critical factor of what a no is, what a slam door in their faces means when a man says no to them. They don't understand that. They feel that, okay, if he said no, he needs a cooling off time. He needs a time to rethink his no. And so after that cooling off time, I will come back and try him again. Now, my MGTOW brothers, there is a variety of reasons why rebounding is happening. First of all, the penetration and the effect of the MGTOW philosophy, which was long before the advent of the COVID-19 pandemic. It was devastating the feminist plantation state. The COVID-19 virus itself has had a further devastating effect on the feminist plantation state. In fact, the feminist plantation state is now decimated. It is, as RPM would say, the lights have gone out. And going even further, women now are deeply in debt, majority of them. If you happen to go to a local grocery store, you'll find that these stores are pretty much emptied out every day, and it is mainly being done by women. Now, one has to question where they're getting the money to do these things. And as one who works in the industry and who has to go through a daily process of reloading stores, again, and from what I'm seeing, it is women that are hoarding. And the question comes to mind where they're getting their money from. And so if it is like me, they are getting that money from elsewhere. They are getting it from debt, or they are getting it uh, in such a way that is putting them in a bad financial condition. Because I know for myself, I cannot afford to go into a store and repeatedly hoard and buy food on a daily basis, such as I've seen some of these women do. I have a budget which I abide by and which keeps me safe and sound financially. So it begs the question, where are they getting the money from? And so the obvious answer is that they are going into debt doing these things. And so, of course, when that happens, when a man walks away from them and that resource is gone, they go back to the ones who they know that they can go back to and try to rebound on them. So that's why that can happen to you, my MGTOW brothers. And again, the COVID-19 virus itself proved that feminism is a failure. It proved that that in many cases, women can be the type of being that men cannot live with. And case in point, the divorce rates, men walking away from women went up instead of going down. when we were forced as a society to shelter in place, to socially separate, to really live with our spouses or women, divorce rates shot up. So all those factors are there, my MGTOW brothers. And so, again, when you have told a woman in your life who has been in your life, or one that tries to get back in your life in the past, to go away, because frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. But there again, she comes back because she's rebounding. She's trying you again because she feels in her mind that her mind is superior to yours, my MGTOW brothers. She's doing it because she feels that you have an inferior mind, that you don't have the right to think for yourselves, that you don't have the right to say, I will go on my own way. That's what she's saying, my MGTOW brothers. That's what she's doing when she's rebounding. And no matter how harshly you tell her to go away and she rebounds, that's what's going on, my MGTOW brothers. She feels that her mind is superior to your mind. And the rebound tactic itself, it may be a subtle message, or could be a full-blown frontal confrontation. And in any way that it comes, my MGTOW brothers, you must be prepared. You must be prepared for subtle messages, like things being left somewhere, like a rose being left on a desk, or something, a text message or something coming through the phone lines, whatever it comes from. You, my MGTOW brothers, you must be aware of these tactics. You must be aware of the tactic if she comes to you with a full-blown frontal assault, brute force assault, trying to get you to be persuaded that your ways as a MGTOW are wrong. And if such a case happens to you, my MGTOW brothers, most likely what will happen is she will cause you to be at fault. She will say that you are bitter, that you have unforgiveness in your heart, and that the only way that you can have peace in your heart is to get rid of the bitterness, get rid of the unforgiveness, and let her back into your life. Which, my MGTOW brothers, if you do so, that is a fatal mistake. That is a mistake that you will pay the price for. And my MGTOW brothers, again, there is no reason, there is no cause, there is no type of understanding that could cause you now to cohabitate with or marry a woman at this stage of the game, in this day and age, because it is fatal to you, my MGTOW brothers. So if again she comes to you rebounding with the tactic that you are bitter, that you are unforgiving, you should again close the door. Shut the door. Say, Franklin, my dear, I don't give a damn. Delete that text. Hang up the phone. Do whatever you have to do, my MGTOW brothers. Because this is a mind game. And again, women believe that they are superior to men, and they are superior to men in all phases of life. And I would say to my MGTOW brothers, and particularly those MGTOW brothers who are older, may remember this statement, but it came from the United Negro College Fund, and it was, a mind is a terrible thing to waste. But I would submit to you, my MGTOW brothers, because of the mind games, because of the things that women do, because of lack of consideration that you as a man can critically think, that you have the ability to think, to have the right to say, I will go my own way. that your mind is a terrible thing to waste. And not only is it a terrible thing to waste, it is a beautiful thing that should not be wasted. My MGTOW brothers, you have again critically thought and said, I will not bow down to the feminist plantation state. I will not bow down to feminism. I will not bow down to women who just through their hypergamy toss you away like a used Kleenex. You have said that I will put myself first. I will consider myself first. You have said these things about yourself because you have realized that you have more value. You have great value. You have more value than what feminism can ever say about you. You are not a resource to be used and depleted. You are a man. You are uniquely designed. You are one that can do various things. And you are one that deserves his freedom. You do not deserve to be in the slave pits of the feminist plantation state. You deserve to be on the MGTOW road where you are striding towards your freedom. That's what the MGTOW philosophy says about you. That's why it's so freeing, my MGTOW brothers. And women who rebound, who come back and say that you are better, you must submit, your role is to bow down, they are the ones who cannot comprehend what the MGTOW philosophy is. My MGTOW brothers, again, you deserve to be free. You deserve to be out from under the consideration of women who cannot consider you a person that they can be a faithful mate to, that you can trust, that you can know that they have your back. That's what they're saying, my MGTOW brothers. That's what they're doing. They do not consider themselves to be such. They only consider themselves to be your overlords, your slave masters, the ones that beat you down, the ones that shame you if you don't do what they say. These are not of you, my MGTOW brothers. These things are not of you, and they should never be of you. Your goal, your priority, is to stay on the MGTOW path. No matter how many times a woman rebounds, no matter how many times she comes at you, 70 times 7, my MGTOW brothers, your goal is to stay on the MGTOW path. I'll remind you, as I've said in prior videos, to make sure your back door is locked. Make sure it is secure. Make sure your firewalls are fully programmed and secured. Make sure your tactical defenses are in line with what they need to be, my MGTOW brothers. Because you are facing a war on not only your mind, your heart, your peace, everything that is about you, everything that makes you up as a man, you are facing a war. And that war is getting worse because there is desperation on the part of women. So you, my MGTOW brothers, again, know about these things. Consider these things. And again, stay on the MGTOW path. Stay on that walk towards your freedom. Because, again, there is no reason to cohabitate with or to marry a woman. There is no reason to do such a thing, my MGTOW brothers, because it is only death for you. Your freedom your peace are an incalculable price to pay for being with a woman these days. That's what it is, my MGTOW brothers. And you must understand, no matter how she rebounds, no matter how many times she comes back, that your freedom, your peace, your sanctity is all at stake. And it's not worth it, my MGTOW brothers, to give it up for a woman. This has been the MGTOW Infinium, and this has been an Infinium training session. My MGTOW brothers, now more than ever, stay safe, stay strong, stay on the MGTOW path, and remember, MGTOW is the liberation of men's minds. MGTOW cannot and will not be stopped.